Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brooke, or Baby Sims on all of my socials, and today we are building another home in Oasis Springs for my save file. Now this one is definitely one of my favorite homes I've built, and I know I say that all the time, but I have a hard time picking ones I like, and I truly think that with every build that I do, I'm getting a little bit better at building. And I'm liking that a lot, and I'm really in like my building era right now. I'm having a lot of fun building all these homes. And I've also just kind of jumping around and doing a couple other builds here and there. So I have a couple videos started and also builds started for my channel. I'm still kind of waiting to get the new pack. I haven't updated yet for the new patch, and so that's why I can't really post these to the gallery yet. And also I can't really upload or post two builds because I'm waiting. So I built these set of townhouses. There's like 4 townhouses, and then next door, so I built these both in Del Sol Valley, and then next to the townhouses I built like a big apartment complex. And the reason they're both already done, they've been done for a bit, but the reason I'm not posting them or that they're not on my gallery yet is because I haven't updated the game and I finished them when the patch came out and the pack came out, but 2, I don't really want to post them on my channel or on the gallery until I have the new pack and I can properly mark the units, because I feel like it's pointless to just download it and make you guys do it yourself. So I'm kind of waiting for all my mods to be okay so I can get the pack, and then I can set all the units, and then I can upload to gallery and then I can upload the video. Because I know if I upload it to YouTube before the pack comes out, or at least before I have the pack, I mean, and the units aren't like set yet, or at least it's not in my gallery yet, you guys are gonna be asking like, hey, I really want this, it's not in the gallery yet, where can I get it? And I won't really have an answer for you because I'll still be waiting. So I at least want to be a little bit closer to when I can update. And now I know that sounds kind of stupid because I'm posting this on my channel and this is also not in my gallery, but I feel like a lot more people are looking for the apartment and multi-family dwellings right now than they are for regular houses, and that's why I feel comfortable posting this right now and not the townhouses and other things, just for that fact that I want to make sure I have the pack first. So yeah, but today we have a couple things on the agenda for things to talk about. Well, the first thing I just wanted to like catch up with you guys because it's been about 11 days or so since I posted a video, and I apologize for that. I have a couple reasons why. One, because I completely forgot that I had this ready to upload, so I've been like stressed out thinking like, oh my god, I don't have a build, and I've been working on them, but I've also been doing other things, so I haven't had time to finish those builds, so I was like, what do I do? But I forgot that I had this one already edited and saved, so here I am. But also, on the 13th, so about 7 days ago, 7 days ago, I had my anniversary. It was my anniversary with my boyfriend. We celebrated 4 years together, and for reference, we are pretty young. We started dating when we were 15, so you can do that. We are turning 20 this year. I don't know why I said do the math and told you my age anyway. I'm not thinking clearly apparently, but either way, we're turning 20 pretty soon, and we've been together since we were 15 and we were in grade 10 of high school. So we thought it was a really big deal celebrating 4 years together because, I don't know, we thought that was a really big deal and we were really happy about it. And he got me a promise ring, which is super, super gorgeous, and I would show pictures of it, but like, I don't want to. Like, I would on my Twitter and stuff, but I don't like posting anything about my real life on my Twitter really. But either way, it's really pretty, and it's like a red, I don't know exactly, maybe ruby charm with yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not good at jewelry stuff, but it's really pretty, and you can take my word for it. And we didn't really like do anything to celebrate my anniversary. We didn't like go out anywhere or anything, but since our anniversary is the 13th, and if you're a Swiftie, you'd know that day is very important because it was Taylor Swift's birthday as well. And obviously that does not mean that's not why I didn't celebrate my anniversary. It's just that on the 13th this year, Taylor Swift released her Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie on streaming for rent, and I was really excited about seeing that since it like was announced that she was making it, but I didn't really have the time or anything like that to go to the movies. So the movies are expensive these days as well, especially where I live. It's very expensive to go to the movies. It's like $100 for 2 people, so we didn't go. But when she released it at home, it was only $20 to rent for 48 hours. So we ended up doing that for my anniversary, and we watched it together with my family. and all of us together, and it was a great movie, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I actually lost my voice. I loved it so bad that I sung from the very beginning to the end, and it's a 3-hour long thing. So I sung the whole way through, and then when I was done, I went to my room. I had no voice at all, and that's one reason why I didn't record a voiceover that day. I totally planned to as well, and I was like, I do not have a voice right now, and it didn't come back until like the next day, because I was belting for 3 hours straight. It was something. It was something else. And not to mention, that day I was home alone because I live with my family still. I was home alone for a little bit before everybody got home from doing what they were doing that day, and I also belted as loud as I possibly could every song on my playlist for like an hour straight, and then belted 3 hours of a Taylor Swift movie. So I had no voice, not even a little bit. I tried playing games with my boyfriend and our mutual friend that night, and it was hell. I mean, the time itself was fun. I had fun playing games with them, but I had no voice. So yeah, speaking of that, that's another thing on today's agenda. I just want to talk a little bit about other games, because recently my boyfriend and I, we play with our mutual friend. I don't know, he's definitely not watching this, but either way, what was I gonna say? Oh, we like to play a little bit of Stardew Valley as well. We are on like year 2 of our save, and we play obviously co-op with the 3 of us. And so it's me, my boyfriend, and our friend, and he is married to Haley. I'm married to Sebastian, and my boyfriend is married to Abigail. So there's like 3 of us, well, there's 6 of us on the farm, and it's just so funny because I never played co-op really before, especially where 2 people where we're all married. So it's really interesting to see. They don't interact with each other like the marriage candidates, like the bachelor and bachelorettes. They do not interact with each other, but sometimes they just stare at each other across the farm. And it's funny. And also we find it really funny because obviously I don't think dialogue was made to perfectly fit 3 people being married on a co-op farm and the marriage candidates. So some mornings we'll wake up and we'll all talk to our married, like our spouses, and they'll all say the same thing, such as like Sebastian will be like, I watered the crops for you, and Haley will be like, I watered the crops for you, but we have sprinklers, so none of them watered the crops, but they're all saying they watered the crops. We find that pretty funny because we just like to call them liars for that, because it's like, no you didn't, because you don't need to water anything. And also, if which one of you is telling the truth? You know, if there was something to water, which one of you actually did it? You know? It's just funny to see. But we have been playing a little bit of that, and we actually recently just started playing Toontown Corporate Clash, which you guys don't know what that game is. I feel like nobody knows what that game is. I have never heard anybody ever talk about Toontown in my life, but it was actually the first ever video game I have ever played, even before The Sims, and I started playing The Sims really young. Like, my first Sims game was My Sims, but we'll get into that because that was another topic on the agenda. Toontown was my first ever game, and I started playing when I was like 5 years old. And it's a game made by, it's basically what Disney Dreamlight Valley was before Disney Dreamlight Valley was a thing. And so it was like the OG Disney Dreamlight. So basically you spawn into Toontown, which is the world, and there's like Mickey's World, Daisy's World, Minnie's World, Donald's World, Goofy's World, all of that, and you follow quest lines. There isn't like I guess there is farming actually. There's farming and fishing as well in it, but it's not like what you think. It's not like Stardew Valley or how Disney Dreamlight is. So what you do is more of like a MMO attacking type of game. Like, it's a fighting game almost, if that makes sense. So the storyline of the game is that you were just a regular Toon, and you used to live in Toontown. Sound familiar to Dreamlight Valley? But you kind of just like left one day, and so you come back and you find out that the place is completely taken over by these things called cogs, which are like robots, basically, like just robots that have taken over everything. They're taking down buildings and stores and all of these places, and they're just completely have taken over everything. So the mayor, whose name is Flippy the dog, and he kind of assigns you to be like this fighter of the cogs. And so you start off, you get like these things called gags, which are different type of throw things, like different type of things you can attack with. And there's like throw, squirt, zap, different things like power-ups like that basically. And then you level up, you get more, and you choose like your starting ones, and then you fight the cogs on the street and then in buildings and their office buildings that they have, and then you kind of like slowly but surely save the town and make it back to normal. And we have been having a lot of fun with that, so we're having a lot of fun. The original game, if you guys want to play the OG game, it is Toontown Rewritten, and you can download it, but we're playing Corporate Clash because we've already beat the Rewritten so many times that we decided to just play Corporate Clash, which the best thing I compare Corporate Clash to is if you added like Stardew Valley Expanded to Stardew instead of playing the regular Stardew. It's basically just like, it's another game technically, but it's basically just a modded version of Toontown. Like, it's the exact same game, same gags, same everything, mechanics, everything. It just adds a little bit more to the game, like new world and districts and things like that. So that's why we're currently playing through that with all three of us as well. And we're having a lot of fun doing it as well. I'm having a lot of fun. We play our little game nights every night and we have a lot of fun. But when we're not playing, my boyfriend and his friend are currently playing Skyrim as well while I play Sims. And what was I gonna say the next thing on the agenda is? I was like, I have so many things to talk about. Oh yeah, well I do want to talk about my Sims, so I'm gonna do that because let me be sober for a minute. I have so much to say about my Sim save, but no one to tell it to. Well, I do. I ramble a lot to anybody who will listen about it, but you guys play The Sims, you know what I mean? Well, I'm assuming you guys play The Sims or have played The Sims, and you guys care about this kind of stuff. So, do you want to hear like some tea? And this is gonna make no sense probably, but I'll try to explain as best as I can because obviously I don't make videos on it or anything. But if you guys follow my Twitter, you might know who I'm talking about. But either way, my current household consists of, let's just preface this by saying I've had one save. I say this in every video, but either way, I have had one save since The Sims 4 came out. I've never played any other save. Never even played another household. I just make that household have kids and then continue on. So I have like the world's longest legacy challenge. I play with aging off as well, and I play realistically. So as in I set their birthdays on a calendar, and then when that day comes around, like say, okay, they're born, right? They're 0. Their birthday comes around on the calendar, say it's spring 2nd, they're 1. I age them up to infant. But then they don't turn to toddlers until they're 2, so a year go by. Toddlers, I don't age up them to children until they're 5, so then I have to wait 4 in-game years or 3 in-game years to pass by, and I have my season set to 28 days to turn that, and I've done this since I was a kid, so I am on generation 38, and it's been going since I was 12, so yeah. Yeah. We're far into this. Either way, so that's kind of my preface to saying it. And my current generation I'm playing with is Hudson and Cora. And they basically met. They never technically met, and here's why. So their parents, Hudson's parents, are Cassie and Drew Woods, and their high school best friends are Ellie and Ryan Anderson, like since they were in high school. And then Cassie and Ellie got pregnant at the same time, and then they had kids at the same time, which ended up being Cora and Hudson. And Cora and Hudson, like, basically had a love story since they were, like, born. Basically, not really. They were best friends their entire life. They didn't start dating until they were 18, but they had, like, a situationship, basically, since they were, like, 15. They kissed for the first time when they were 13, right in the age up to teens, and then it had, like, this whole, like, enemies to lovers to best friends to enemies type of thing go on, where they were best friends, and then Hudson got a girlfriend that wasn't Cora when she was in love with him, and then the girlfriend didn't like Cora, so he stopped being friends with Cora, and then once him and that girlfriend broke up, he tried to get with Cora, but Cora already had a boyfriend, so they hated each other for 2 years, and Hudson had like a little bit HOE phase, and he woohooed with like every girl in the school, and started doing base mental items. So yeah, either way, then when they were 18, they were both single, and they both fell back in love with each other, and they got together. Then they went to university at Brightchester. Hudson studied science, and then, physics, I guess is the name for it. And then Cora studied biology, and now they live in an apartment in Semi-Shuno, where Hudson is a scientist, he's level 10, and Cora is a level 8 doctor. And they are now 21 years old, about to be 22 in fall, and it's winter in my game, so they're going to be 22 kind of soon. And they also live with Hudson's sister, Luna, who is 19. So they're 2 years apart, and they are very, very close. They're like best friends. And yeah, so Luna is actually a lesbian, and she had her first ever girlfriend named Naomi when she was 16, but Naomi wasn't like out of the closet. And then Naomi's dad is not on board with that whole idea, so he like kind of broke them up and then moved. I pretended they moved, as in I clicked evict, and they were not in the world, but they like moved away, and Naomi and Luna has like never been the same since. She's been like so heartbroken. She never thought she'd find love again, but I also want to say that Luna has two best friends named Kinsley and Kira, and her and Kinsley have been friends since they were like 7, and then they met Kira when they were 13, and they've been like a little trio since. But then after Naomi and Luna broke up, Luna met this girl at school named April when she was about 17ish, and then she became like a part of the group basically, and she was actually someone that I made when I made my save file home for Willow Creek. So thank you to me for making my save file, or else this would never happened. And they started dating. They had like a long kind of like situationship thing, friend with benefits type of things going on. But they officially made it official on like spring 1st. I have it written down in front of me because I write down my Sims anniversaries because I'm weird. Either way, they were dating not even for a year, because their 1 year is technically in 2 weeks in my game. But anyway, they didn't even date for a full year. So they started dating when Luna was 18. Luna is 19 right now, and their 1 year is coming up, but because Luna's turning 20 in like 2 weeks. Either way, they broke up actually because Luna just like, I randomly got a whim one day. I noticed that whenever they were around each other, they weren't really like flirting autonomously, or anything like that anymore, and it just wasn't really working. And also Luna was so busy because she is in school for fashion design, as in, I think, what's her fine arts degree? So she was really busy and she's just working her butt off. So I just noticed that they weren't really showing much affection to each other anymore. And then one day when I was playing, Luna got like a whim, like a want, and it said like break up with April because she's not in love with her anymore. And I was like, oh my god, they heard me. They heard me talking about it. And so they did break up, but they are still best friends since they're in the same like friend group or whatever. And they're doing fine, honestly. Like, they hang out all the time. There's no like flirting, there's no sadness, there's nothing like that. They're perfectly fine hanging out with each other. But tonight, Luna and her friends actually just graduated Foxbury University like 2 days ago in real life, about 4 days ago in Sims time. And so tonight is Friday night, of course, so they went to go celebrate their graduation at like a nightclub, her whole friend group. And so they all went, and Luna was like autonomously flirting with April because she was a little tipsy. She was a little basemental drunk, and she was autonomously flirting with her. And I was like, no, what are you doing? But then I was like, wait a minute, what if I let it happen? Because, like, you know what, they drank a little, things happen, whatever. But then like April's like, no, do not flirt with me. And I was like, oh, tea. So then they stopped flirting, and Luna was all sad, so they went home, and Luna literally cried herself to sleep. And I was like, girl, you broke up with her. You literally told me you didn't love her anymore. What are you doing? But Luna still thinks about Naomi every day. Like, she gets a want that's like, talk to Naomi, and they can't even like text, because in my storyline, like, she literally had no phone or anything. Like, her dad was so, I'm sorry if this is like triggering, so like trigger warning, but her dad was so mad about her being who she really is that he like took her phone, moved her away, like, it's a whole thing. And I know that's probably not a fun storyline to play out, trust me, it was not fun. But like, drama, and I feel really bad. If you ever had to go through that in real life, I have deepest sympathies, and I truly hope that you're doing okay. I'm sorry, like, trigger warning if this is upsetting to you. So, but I am bringing Naomi back. She's gonna escape her toxic household. She is going to come back. She is making a comeback. I just don't know when yet. I will update you. But in the core and Hudson front, so they're doing fine, and I'm currently building like their family home they're gonna live in, and it's like a mansion because they're rich, like rich. Like, I did not cheat for money, and they already have almost 200 grand because like they work really high paying jobs. So yeah, but also they both work in like the jobs that can get to work, scientist and doctor, and I've played both of them a frequent amount since they both work. Let me just make this known. I can't stand the science career in The Sims 4. I think it is so horrible. I don't know why anybody would choose with themselves, unless you're like one of those people who like that kind of stuff. I think it's just me, honestly. I hate fantasy. Like, I don't like aliens, I don't like zombies, I don't have any of the occult packs either. Like, I don't have werewolves, I don't have a Strangerville, I don't even have paranormal stuff. Not about that life. So I thought the science career was gonna be totally different. I thought it was gonna be like Big Bang Theory type of science, or like making inventions and things like that. No. It's like discovering aliens. And so once he got to that level in the career, that was what he was doing. I was like, not happening. And I just completely was like, no. So I stopped going. But, and I know this is an uncommon opinion because I feel a lot of people on the internet say this, I love the doctor career. I literally can't get enough of it. Like, I go to work with Cora every single day. I love it. I think it is so fun. So I feel like that's not popular. A lot of people are like, oh, they don't do anything, the other employees are so useless. For me, yes they are, but since I have MCC, and you can go MCC MC control and then click on like one of the patients or something like that, you can make them do stuff like that. I know that's really annoying, but for me it works just because I don't really care about that. But I know you probably wouldn't want to do that, but it's what I do, and I find it helps a lot, so I like to do that. But on the drama front for them, there's not much going on. They have 2 best friends named Chris and Sabrina, and so Sabrina is Cora's college roommate. Like, when they went to Brightchester and they were in university studying for their degrees, they lived in the dorms, while Luna did not, but Hudson and Cora did. And Cora's roommate was this girl named Sabrina. And so they became like instant best friends because they were roommates, and then now they're like still best friends. And Hudson's high school best friend is named Christopher, and so Christopher and Sabrina kind of like met after college one day when like they both had like their little friends over, and now they're dating for like almost a year now. And I love them so much because they just fit so well in my head for me, because Sabrina works in social media marketing. In my mind, she's like an influencer, but also does like marketing for companies, and I like for their social media campaigns, and so she makes good money. And her style, and she's so pretty as well. I dressed her up in very much like dark feminine vibes, a lot of red, a lot of black, a lot of leather, and same with her apartments that way. But Christopher is rich, like rich, because this storyline's gonna be really sad, and I'll explain why it is this way. I did not make it, I kind of did, but either way. So Christopher lives in a penthouse in San Myshuno. I didn't know that. When I met him at like Copperdown High School when Hudson was there, I was like, oh, okay, let's be friends with him. I did not know he lived there until like Hudson came over there one day, and I was like, oh, but he didn't have any parents. Like, he does have parents, but they weren't there. Like, they're in his family tree, but they're not in the world, and I can't find them in my managed households or everything like that. So I don't know who they are, and they're also not in his relationship panel. They're just in his genealogy. So but they're not dead either. So my storyline is in like, they're rich, like they own everything, like land grab type of style. And then they like go on business trips a lot, and then one day they just kind of like left, not like missing, like they haven't gone missing, they just like left and lived somewhere else now when he was like 17. So he's kind of like lived alone and raised himself since he was 17 in that giant penthouse. And he's such a slay. He is actually a bodybuilder slash personal trainer, and he plays on like a soccer team, so he's doing well for himself as well, and he has like butlers and everything. It's so fun. So I have a lot of fun playing with them, and just like a city lifestyle where it's like chill, not a lot of drama, just kind of like chill vibes where it's like literally just living that downtown luxe life with both my Sims. But then I play with Luna, and it's like this chaos, pure drama, and I just get a little taste of both, and I love it. So I'm having a lot of fun. And when I get on tomorrow night, because I had to get off to record this video, it's actually the holiday party for the science career. So I actually made over all of their coworkers, Hudson and Cora's, for the hospital and the science career. So they actually have like a work party for Hudson's work that they're going to, and I made all the work coworkers have families too. Like, I moved them into houses, I gave them husbands, wives, daughters, cats, dogs. Like, I fleshed every coworker out completely. I even made houses for them and everything. So I'm really excited for that, and they are going to be having a holiday work party tomorrow. So excited to do that. I already bought Cora like a little dress, and I play like super realistically. Like, as I said, I make their birthdays literally like a calendar year and they age up 1 year. It's not like, oh, 2 weeks they're gonna be a teenager. No, literally 10 years. So I do that way, and so I play hyper realistically in the fact that, you know how like, say your sim has like a party coming up and you just like click modify and cast and give them an outfit. No, I don't do that. I like realism in my game to an extreme amount. So I literally place like a clothing store. I have 4 in my save, different clothing stores. And then if I want my Sims to have an outfit for something, they go to the store. I click on like a closet. I put closets in all my retail stores, as in it's almost like a dressing room. And then I make them go in it, and then I do plan outfit, and then I give them an outfit. And then I made up a system in my head how much an outfit costs. So like, everyday outfits are $20. So like the shirt and pants alone, just $20. That counts as 20. But every accessory you add is another 10. So shoes, 10, socks, 10, necklace, 10, earrings, 10, nails, 10, all that. So it adds up really quick. And I usually make, like, for example, Cora, I just got her to buy like a little bit of a, I also had taxes too. I do not mess around. I know this is so boring, you guys. Like, why in the hell would you add taxes and clothing prices to your Sims game? I don't know. I can't explain it. Either way, Cora had to go to a party. Obviously, the holiday party didn't have an outfit for her. So she went to the store and she bought like a little red dress with like leggings because it's winter, so it's cold. And then high boots, ring, necklace, earrings, and like false nails, I pretend. So all of that together costed about $150, and then taxes, so it was like 157-ish. And then all I do is I go down and I use MC Command Center or UI Cheat, sorry, and just right click on the amount of money they have and then do like subtract 157, enter. And yeah, I literally make them buy their clothes every season too. I'm not even kidding. Like every season, the first day of a new season, I go to the store and I buy them all new outfits, and not just like, oh, every day maybe a new cool, but no, 5 every day. All their athletic, their sleepwear, everything is all winter themed. And I do it for not just my Sims, I do it for my Sims parents, uncles, aunts, friends, everything, whole town. But I don't have to do it very often because I said my seasons are set to 28 days, and that takes me like a good 2 weeks in real life to finish that. So yeah, I'm nuts when it comes to The Sims, and that's why I don't make Let's Plays. It would take me like 7 hours to make one day. So, you know, I don't know. A lot of people made fun of me for that in the past when I used to talk in Discords, because I remember someone asking in a Discord, they're like, how long does an average Sims day take for you guys? And everyone was like, oh, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. An average Sims day for me takes an hour and 30 minutes. One day. I pause a lot. And since I play like so realistically, I make my Sims, like, you know how sometimes when, say, your Sims going to the gym and they live in an apartment, you just click M and go to the gym. No, I make my Sims click go downstairs on the elevator, and then I wait for them to be down there, and then I click M and then I go there. Like, I make them actually walk down outside and everything. Like, if they live in a house, they're walking to where the street is. Because, I don't know, we don't have cars. I have to substitute somehow. So, I'm insane. I know. I'm insane with it. Also, same as how, like, in my Sims sleepwear outfits, I always add a towel and like a hair wrap, so when they get out of the shower I put them in that towel, because I don't find it realistic that they get in the shower and just immediately put on clothes, unless you do that. But like, I feel like more realistic to like put on a towel, then go in the room and put skincare on. And I have so many mods to add realism. I have a mod that lets you cut your Sims grass. Like when it gets too high, they have to mow the lawn. And I also have like dentist mod where your Sims have to go get cleanings, and I'm insane. I know. I can't help it. I have so many skincare mods too, and like shower routine and body wash mods, like so many tiny things like that. I literally have CC that's useless, that's just for realism. I have CC of just like Dawn dish soap that I put on sinks. So I mean, I don't know. I guess everybody plays differently. I realize I haven't talked about this build at all, so I'm gonna quickly do that, and maybe we'll get back to my Sims because I feel like I have more to say, but I can't remember what it was. So this Sims house here, I think is 1, 2, 4 bedrooms. It's 4 bedrooms. So there's the parents, a teen daughter, which you probably seen when we were downstairs, and the garage. I gave her room in the garage because I ran out of space. Either way, this is for twin boys. Love their room. And then there's a taller girl, which, by the way, you can tell who's a favorite. The taller girl's room is gonna be one of the nicest bedrooms I've ever made in this game, because I just went all out. But this one as well, I did really well with this one. It's like superhero comic book themed, and I think I did really, really well with their room, and I think it's really nice. It's kind of a big room, but I hate doing big rooms, especially for kids, but this one worked out, and I think it looks really, really good. So there's like wood cutters, and they have little desks and basketballs everywhere and toys everywhere, and I think this just turned out so nice. I really love this house. I think that I really put my all into it. I really did. I remember doing this house. It took me, this was video song, it took me like 4 hours, because I really tried to just make every space utilized and cluttered and look nice, but also functional and things like that. So yeah, and I seen that there's a little bit of a war going on Twitter about people not playtesting their builds. And so they want us, people on Twitter are now saying, like, if you're not gonna, because there's something to do with someone not playtesting their build and it wasn't working correctly for somebody, and the internet went absolutely nutso on people, because they were like, why would you post a build to a gallery if it's not playtested? And my argument on that is, like, we don't have to playtest, but you also don't have to download, you know what I mean? And if it doesn't work, I don't think the correct answer is bashing people on the internet about it, like people were doing. Now, if you try to search up what happened on Twitter and you find what I'm talking about, I am not talking about the person who called out or like tweeted and said, hey, how come this isn't working? Like, how come my sim can't get inside the house? That is fine. It's the comments of that post are like, this is why people should never do this, and this is why people should playtest their builder, not upload them. I'm talking about the comments. The original poster did do nothing wrong, and neither did the builder, by the way. It's fine if you don't playtest every one of your builds. It's also fine if you don't want to play with them because of that. But however, I think a nice compromise is that people should say whether or not a build is playtested, and I just want to put it out here that I usually don't playtest my builds. I used to. My earlier builds on this channel are playtested. These ones are not, just because I don't know. I just don't. But, like, I apologize. Either way, yeah, I'm really sorry that I don't playtest. But, with that being said, almost all my builds I've never had a problem with, because I do think of it this way. I don't actively build a house, go in with a family or like a sim and make sure every little cook and cranny works, but I do place them in my own save that I play in, and I have people that my sim knows live in these houses, and I've never had a problem personally with these houses, and I don't see why you would, because I know exactly how the game works. And one of the arguments on Twitter was like, it's because builders have no idea how the game works, so they don't actually play the game, they just build, so they have no idea what they're doing. But I don't think that's fair either. But just to let you guys know, I play the game 10 times more than I build in this game, in The Sims 4. I play the game way more than I build. So I know how the game works. I know how things will function. I know how Sims move. I know how exactly the animations work. I know everything like that. So with that being said, there should never be a problem with my builds not working right. But with that being said, if some reason you download one of my builds and it doesn't work, come to my comment section of the speed build, if there is one. There most likely will be, but if there is one, and tell me, like, in the comments, hey, blah blah blah, this won't work, could you please fix it and re-upload it? Or you can find my Twitter and tweet me about it and just like be like, hey, I blah blah blah. But please be nice, because again, we put a lot of effort in these builds. Sometimes things happen by accident, like the person that was being called out on Twitter, completely accidental. They didn't know that that part wouldn't work. So again, don't be worried about it. Just you know, say something like, hey, this part isn't working. If you want to re-upload it or fix it in some way, I would be more than happy to do that for you guys, because I do want you guys to play in my houses. That is what I'm making them for. So I would very happily re-fix it and do it for you guys, but just be nice, okay? Just don't be mean. But yeah, that was the toddler's bedroom that we did there. Super pretty, a little bit of a lofted, like, better, not lofted, but I don't know what that right word is. It's like raised on a platform. And I actually got the inspiration by one of my old friends. We're not really that close anymore, but I used to have this friend, and it wasn't even her room, but it was her older sister's room. And it was like that, like their bed was up on like a tiny wood platform that their dad built for her. And I really thought that was like the coolest thing ever back in the day. So I just remember that, and I was building this. I'm like, I have to do that now. That's just what has to happen. And before we move on to the backyard of this house, I just want to make a quick disclaimer. I'm aware how bad the backyard looks. I have been building at this point for 4 hours straight without getting up for like food, or I'm just kidding, I did get for food, but I was pretty much sitting here and just doing this all day. At that point of this backyard, I was tired, okay? I did not want to build anymore. I got lazy, and I'll admit to it. I did not want to continue this, but I tried my best. It's the best it's gonna get. But I just couldn't do it no more. I built this whole house. I put all my effort in on every tiny little surface I could. I did not, for the life of me, did not want to do this backyard. I was so lazy with it. I do think it's not like the most hideous thing I've ever done, but it's definitely not the cutest. So sincerest apologies that this backyard is lacking. Hopefully when you guys download, you can add some things. But yeah, I just kind of place furniture around and add paths. I'm so sorry. It is not cute back here, but I hope you guys can find it and fix it and add your own little details to it if you like. So sorry that it's so horrible, but with that being said, this video is pretty much over now, guys. I'm about to be cut off, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more of my videos and my rambling about my Sims. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.